Epcom. So if you have any other questions, you can direct them to me at the end of the presentation, or I'll give you my email at the end, and you can shoot any questions you have, any doubts, and we can get back to you on that. So today we're going to learn about NDAA compliant devices. That's basically Alta networking devices. Uh, with the current administration, there has been a great deal of Chinese goods being tariffed, and not only like tariff Chinese goods. Uh, Also, they have introduced this new concept called NDAA compliant. So we're gonna look into that and see what it actually means and how to and why is it important to have NDAA compliant devices when we are coding for certain projects. So let's start with the presentation. I'd like to start with what is Alta Labs? Well, Alta Labs is a new company founded in 2022 that's revolutionizing the networking technology with its hardware and software, and it's led by industry professionals that were at Ubiquity and didn't like the direction the company was going, so they started their own thing, and they onboarded the engineer that's second chair for pfSense. So if you've been in the networking space or like not amateur, like a little bit more professional side of the networking space, you know what pfSense is and what it's used for. So having like the voucher of pfSense brings a great safety to the people that use these devices, gives them like security that the products are gonna work and are safe for their needs. So let's talk a little bit about why Alta Labs. So to make it super quick, it's a premium management with real support. So they have their own cloud managed devices that has no fees, no licensing. It's totally free when you buy the products and has a great price to performance. People think it's expensive, but it's really comfortable to use. So that's one of the things you're paying for. They have support here in the States. So basically a 9 to 5. So you can call their tech support line and they'll help you out. They're really helpful people. And they're gonna give you the best margins with their products when you're doing your installations. If you're into community focused call it like fandoms. I can call this a fandom. I think they have their online community and social media. So I have when you do an account with Alta Labs for the web the web software, you can actually access their it's the same account for their online forums, so you can go in there and ask questions. People are really helpful. um, it's basically like when you're looking for a problem and you just type it in and somebody has the same problem as you and they already fixed it. So you can go in there and look for like common problems. If not, you can always get tech support involved and they'll help you out. But it's nice. I enjoy like community forums. You learn a lot from people's past mistakes. If you want to try something new, you can go there and learn a little bit before you try to do it on your own. It's let's talk about now about NDAA compliance. So basically, NDAA compliant hardware is trusted for secure deployments. So the compliant section is 889 on the law. So all Alta products are free for prohibited components and manufacturers, ensuring eligibility for U.S. federal use. They're approved for government, military use, municipalities, schools, federal facilities, and DoD projects. So if you're trying to go into any of those, um, I don't think Ubiquity has like NDA compliance. I might be wrong. But I haven't seen a letter from them that stating they're NDAA compliant. Uh, the way to get NDAA compliant is not having any products made in certain, not only Chinese companies, but certain companies that are not like approved by the government. That uh, they're working with somebody that the government doesn't really trust. So that's why NDA compliance is important. If we're trying to go for this kind of projects, these big projects in your cities, it's easier for you to compete uh, when you have your letter for NDA compliance. So if you're gonna try to compete for any of those types of projects, we do have a letter from Alta Labs where they are stating they're NDA compliant. So you can ask for that letter from us and we can share it with you so you can put it on your project request. So it, that was a lot of text. So in layman's terms, what does ADA compliance mean? So basically, no banned components from restricted Chinese manufacturers, example, Huawei, CTE, Hikvision, Dahua. All of those companies are not trusted by the US government. So if even like a resistor is made by Huawei and that is inside the manufacturer's device, then that product is not NDA compliant. So NDA compliance gives you approval for it to be used in government facilities and federally funded projects. It's an enhanced security and trust on the supply chain. So they go through their list of components, all of their list of components, and go, okay, none of these companies are in the list of banned manufacturers. So it's NDA compliant. That's basically what it means. And with that, there's no like backdoors, there's no like um, safety risks for US federal security facilities. So then by definition, it would meet the US federal cybersecurity standards. So you can use them for government and federally funded projects. All right, let's talk about the products that Alta Labs works with. Right now, they're mostly on the networking space. They're not doing like point to point or point to multi-point at the moment. Maybe in the future, but right now they're focusing just on like uh, enterprise and small and medium office buildings, indoor and outdoor access points and switches. So let's get into that. So let's start with the access points. So there are currently in stock, we have the AP6, the AP6 Pro, and the AP6 Pro Outdoor. So the AP6 Professional is the most, it's for the price, it's really cost effective. It's our preferred price for many installers because it's fast. The AP6 AL might be cheap or inex inexpensive compared to what the AP6 Pro is, but it's not um it's not quite there yet, you know? People will go like, okay, if I have to pay like a little bit extra for like almost like double the speed, they're gonna go for the faster one, right? So the AP6 Pro is the most popular, even in outdoor applications. Has some IP rating. If it's installed like on the bottom part of a ceiling and it's kind of protected from the elements, people even prefer it instead of the AP6 Pro door. The AP6 Pro door is IP68. It's basically a little bit slower than your AP6 Pro, but it's weatherproof IP68, very robust access point for exterior installations, and it has done it's done an amazing job. So go into the AP6W. Hasn't arrived yet at our warehouses. We do have an order for them, and we're waiting for them to arrive. So basically, the AP6W, it's a wall-mounted access point. It's a 3 GB RJ45 ports, and its max Wi-Fi throughput it's 2.4, so it's a little bit slower than the AP6AL. But this one is based more for hospitality environments, like hotels, Airbnbs, um, office spaces, where it's a little room and you just need not only like a Wi-Fi connection, but you need to be able to connect stuff to it. It's a very attractive options for hotels, and these are great because you're gonna be telling like one per room. Like you're doing a hotel, it's like okay, we need one of this in each room. So you're gonna code them X amount of rooms. It's a little bit more money on your pocket. It includes like a junction box, so it looks very professional when it's tall. It's not like a recess point. It's not gonna pop in front of the wall. There's a mounting equipment for it. It looks really professional. You can connect it with PO from the back, or you can go on the bottom, or it gives you like flexibility when you're doing your installation. I know there are um, many different ways it can go when you're doing installing on the field. The client doesn't want like he was looking for a certain aesthetic. Um, Sometimes it clashes with us, but this gives you many options so you can install it. It's a great option for any hospitality, hotels, maybe even hospitals. So it's something we keep in mind, and we'll let you know when we have it in stock. We're waiting for it to be shipped out. It's already been made for us. So and stuff. This I'm gonna share a little secret with you. The Summit A6. You probably heard of it. We have posted on it, but you don't seem to find it on the web page. Well, it's basically a hidden. It's like those hidden item menus on the um, on in and out. You know, you have to like ask for it because it's not on the menu. So this is the Summit A6. The reason it's not placed anywhere and you're not gonna find it anywhere else, if you go looking for it, you're not gonna see, even if you find it, you're not gonna see a price. So Alta Labs has told us to keep it the price a secret. You have to ask for it, but the reason for that it's because they were asked by many users, many installers, if they could have an access point uh, that wasn't shown in Amazon, in eBay, in the web page even. Like we need something that our clients cannot go and look at the price. Because if I'm trying to sell them something and they see that it's in Amazon and I like upsell them the product because I'm underselling my work. Like I'm okay, I'm gonna charge you extra for the product, but I'm gonna charge you less for the installation. Basically, if you go like that and they go into Amazon and tell you like, hey, the price is actually this much, then you're losing money on the product and you're losing money on your work. So the 786, it's a way to like a special access point they had made. What's the difference between that and the AP6 Pro? Well, it's basically not sold on online retailers, like not shown. It's not sold on Amazon. It's not sold on eBay. It's not sold on anywhere else. You just have to go to their distributors. It has a customized SKU and it has a 5 year warranty. So it's an AP6 Pro through and through, but it gives you 2 extra years of protection, and your client will not be able to look for the product to see if like are you selling it this much or that much. It is more expensive than an AP6 Pro, but they they tell you, okay, yeah, it's like the hardware, it's more resilient, and we're gonna give you a 5 year warranty on that because we believe it's a better option for those types of installers. So if you're interested, you can ask your salesperson or you can ask me about the Summit A6. I can give you more information on it. We do have them in stock. We're not just at the moment we're not showing them on the web page, but we do have them in stock. Let's talk a little bit about managed switches. So we have all of this are half bow, and the S24 is 2/3 bow. So we have the S8 bow 16 and 24. They also feature the S16 and the S24 feature SFP ports if you want to connect fire equipment or if you want to prevent bottlenecking when communicating with your switches. So this rack-mounted switches, the S16 and 24, are layer 2 switches, manageable on the cloud, like every other Alta device. The difference is that the 16 has 8 PO ports, while the 24 has 16 PO ports. And the SFP ports on the S24 PoE, I'm sorry, it's SFP plus. So you're rated for 10 gigabits on those ports. So going through, well, we're not showing it right now. We're waiting for it to ship. It was delayed. Some of you are waiting for the 48 ports switch. It's gonna be full PO if you were wondering. It's not half PO. It's not gonna be like 24 PO ports. No, it's full 48 PO, or if you want to say PoE, I like saying PO. I don't know why. Port switches, and we'll be having it by the end of this month. I assume. Um, I have received word from Alta Labs that they have finished with the production of the switches and they're ready to ship. So we'll let you know when those are available for you, and we can start selling them to you. If you want to, it's already published on the webpage. If you'd like to pre-order one, you can talk to your sales rep. But at the moment, we're still waiting on them to be shipped. It's probably gonna be on air freight though, so let's see what goes on there. So, what if you don't want to use the software management platform? Well, we Alta Labs has you like they have their own controller. So this is basically a hardware-based local controller. You don't need to self-host the software. You can buy this little. It looks like it's the size of an S8 PO. So if you have a S8 PoE switch, it's basically the same size. It's easy to manage and it can manage up to 1,000 devices and has backup and restore functions. So if you prefer to run your own devices, uh, I use the Alta products at home. I don't have a controller. I use the cloud-based platform, and I have never seen it like any downtime on it. So if you're worried that 99% uptime is not enough, like you need that extra 1%, then the Alta controller is it's basically what you're looking for. You can look it up in the webpage as Control AL. So like at the end of the last year, we had the router. So they have designed this powerful router that has firewall configuration. So you can configure like destination port, source forwarding. You can block DPI. You can block IPs. You can block by ports. So this is a 4-port 2PO. I'll show you the image. You can see it says 2PO ports where the little lightning is. But you have all of these ports are 2.5 gigabytes per second. And you also have 2 SFP plus ports. So those are 10 gig. So I was telling you about I'm sorry. I was telling you about the sorry, I was telling you about how the switches have SFP and SFP plus ports. So if you want, like, you're connecting to the router and you want to communicate 10 gigabits from your router to your switches, I recommend you go through the SFP ports, and you can connect your 10 gigs to your 24 port switch. You have you reduce your bottleneck when you're connecting many like layer of devices. But for most residential applications, I think 2.5 gigabytes per second on the Ethernet ports, it's more than enough. Many like consumer devices, not like, I don't know what you have at home. Maybe you do have like a computer with a 10 gig network card. If that's you, then there's you just need some SFP ports and go from Ethernet to fiber. But you have this option, a really fast, powerful router to manage most of your devices. So have you heard about carrier offloading? I'll show you a little bit about it. So carrier offloading, it's basically uh, Alta is working with some service providers to give you passive income. So the way this works is, imagine you are going into a restaurant and you're connected to the 5G network. So you know how saturated the RF networks are. Maybe you're getting a bad signal. So when you go into the restaurant, it has carrier offloading enabled. So instead of connecting to the phone, to a cell tower in the phone network, you are being connected from your phone to your to the Wi-Fi of the place. Not really going to the Wi-Fi. You're just connected to the Wi-Fi access point through the phone network, and it's sending all of your data through the internet to the phone network, and you're getting like a better signal because you're not connected to the cell tower that it's, I know, like saturated, and there are buildings in the way, and there are like a ton of people connected to it. So this basically gives you like high throughput connections to a backbone, and they're working with ISPs to give you every gigabyte of data that goes through your network being sent to the phone network. There's a deal that you're getting paid for every gigabit. If you're interested, you can search more information. You can ask me about it. We can inform you of this. So if you're doing installations in malls, airports, universities, like urban zones with a lot of coverage, coffee shops, gyms, any area, commercial area, this is not like enabled. They have to enable you to activate this feature on your access points. It's not there by default. Uh, but this is mostly like you have to send a form. So what's gonna be like the application where it's gonna be installed? Because if you try to do it in like a residential area, there's not uh, there's not much traffic there, and it's not worth it for them to enable this type of this type of service. But if you're doing like installations on areas with a lot of coverage, then this could be like a great opportunity for you to make some money on the side, like a little rent. You do your installation, you forget about it, and then you check your bank account, you have an extra money there. It's gonna be nice, like finding pat jacket. I'm sorry, like finding money for a jacket in your pocket. So this some deployment areas you can like consider: offices, gyms, classrooms, universities, malls, airports, stuff like that. So before we end, I just want to let you know about the Alta NFR. I know you've heard of it. NFR stands for Not for Resale Kit, and Alta Labs is interested in doing in putting their products into new clients. So with this in mind, we can build NFR kits, and we can offer you an Alta NFR kit for $399. Special offer for installation integrators. There's a one-time sale. I cannot sell you multiple NFR kits, but this all it includes. And if you want to move stuff around, like you want to do something else, like add an outdoor access point instead of an AP6, we can do that for you. We can talk with Alta Labs, see if we can um, give you another price for whatever you want to build. But you should uh, try this outside of Kit. I really recommend the Alta products. I have them in my home, and I really like them. So if you give them a try, you'll probably like them too. It's basically like Unify without everything that you hate. So that's great. So uh, that'll be the whole presentation. Thank you for your time. We really value your feedback. So if you want to send me an email, what want to share, what do you find valuable in Alta, what could be improved, any suggestions, I really appreciate your time and input. You can send them to this email. Oh, do you have any questions? Anything else? Okay, let me, I just want to share with you the Alta Labs. All right, so there's this video, Chick-fil-A generating income with Alta Labs Wi-Fi. So what what basically this video is about, it's they have placed their what we were talking about, the career offloading on Chick-fil-A's in Utah to generate income from the data that's going through their access points. Well, that's basically all I have for today. Thank you again for your time. Hope you have a great weekend. If you have any questions, you can send an email to ricardo.flores at epcom.net.